So jumping straight into one of the first elements of building a dropshipping business, which is product research. If you're not able to find a winning product to sell, then you're of course not going to be able to make any money. And there's a paid way that you're going to be able to do this, and there's also a free way. So let me start off with the free method when it comes to finding winning products. So the method that I've personally been using recently is to go onto the homepage just like this. Then what I do is click on this option over here that says shop by category. Then from here, you're going to be given all of these different options. But to see a few more different categories, I'm going to click on this option over here. Now from this point, what you're going to do is just scroll through and see if any one of these different categories stand out to you. So in this case, I think I'm going to stick with cycling equipment. So what I'm going to do is click on this link over here. Now, if I just scroll down slightly all the way over here, they're going to be able to show me all of these top selling items that eBay feels it's worth showing me on the screen. As you see that there's 2 million different results, but they're showing me all of these items, which means that these must be selling really well. Like for example, there's this item over here that looks like an LED bike light, and I can see that over 686 units has been sold. And there's also this bike light over here where over 980 different units has been sold. So instantly I've been able to get an idea of a winning product that I could potentially sell. But when it comes to actually doing product research to double check the data to see if people are actually spending money on it, the way that you're going to be able to do that is by using a software that's built into eBay called Peak. And the way that you're going to be able to find it is that once you've logged into your eBay selling account, you're going to go over here to where it says research, and you're going to see Peak product research. And then from here, you're going to be able to type in the keyword for the item that you're searching. And you're also going to be able to change the listing site depending on what platform you're going to be selling on. And one of the other good things about using Peak is that you're going to be able to set the date range from all of these different options. So by looking at the last 6 months, last year, and the last 2 years, you're going to have a big picture for you to be able to see the trends of a particular item that you're thinking about selling. You're going to be able to see if it's going in an upwards direction, a downwards one, or if it's just an evergreen product that you're going to be able to sell consistently. So for example, if I just scroll down over here, as you can see, LED bike lights was able to bring in over £1 million, or maybe $1.5 million in the last 365 days. And just scrolling down slightly, Peak is going to be able to show us the #1 listing in the last year for the keyword that we're searching. So if we sort the total sales from highest to lowest, it's going to be able to give us an idea of exactly which bike light is the best one in terms of if we wanted to start selling it ourselves. And if we click on this option over here, eBay is going to be able to show us the daily sales in terms of how many units are being purchased every single day for the keyword that we're searching. So from everything I just showed you now, of course, Peak is great. It's free to use. You don't have to pay a penny to use it, but it does have its limitations when it comes to you doing in-depth product research. And that's one of the reasons why I normally recommend beginners to use a product research tool called Zeek Analytics, because if you use the link in my description, you're only going to have to pay $1 and you're going to be able to use it for 7 days. And the beauty of using Zeek Analytics in comparison to Peak is that you're going to have so much more options when it comes to finding winning products that's going to be able to make you money. So for example, with Peak, you had to first and foremost find an item for you to type it into the search bar to do the research. However, Zeek Analytics, once you come over to the dashboard just like this, and you come over here to the seller settings, and you make sure that you select the right options, they're going to be able to show you trending items that's currently selling, and they're also going to be able to show you trending eBay niches. So just from this homepage alone, you're going to be able to get an idea of the items that people are buying right now, and you're going to be able to pick which one you want to do a little bit more research into before you start listing the product on your eBay store. Not only that, you're also going to be able to spy on your biggest competition too, which is something that you can't do with Peak. So for example, as you can see, I've just typed in LED bike light, and if I just scroll down to the top seller that's selling them and click into scan seller over here, they're going to be able to show me how much money they were able to bring in the last month, and they're also going to be able to show me all of the most popular items in their store at the moment. So to summarize the point that I'm trying to make, Peak is a great option if you're trying to start with completely no money. But if you did want to, get a little bit more information so that you're going to be able to make the best decision possible when it comes to finding the best product possible, then it may be worth your while to sign up to something like Seek Analytics so that you can do thorough product research. All right, so moving on to the second element that's very important when it comes to dropshipping on eBay, which is listing products. Now, straight away, you guys know that it's going to be free for you to do this because all you need to do is go onto your supplier's website and copy and paste all of the images and all of the text and simply go back over to your eBay store and list the product, and that's not going to require any money at all. And once you're able to make a sale and the customer gives the money to you, that's the point where you're going to take the money from the customer, go over to your supplier, buy it from them, so you're never really going to have to use your own money. So to give you an example of exactly what I'm talking about, let's say if you are looking to use something like CJ Dropshipping as your supplier and you're looking to sell bike lights, as you can see there's all of these different options. So let's say if I click into this one over here, I'm going to be able to list the product for free by simply copy and pasting details like this, maybe clicking on this option over here so that I download all of these different images, and also come into the description, copy and pasting the entire description, and then coming back to my eBay account as I've already said and inserting all of the necessary information into the necessary fields. So this is definitely possible to do without having to spend a single dollar, and you're going to have to do it for every single one of the different items that you want to sell. It's going to be a copy and paste job every single time that you want to list a new product. And this is the method that I would recommend most beginners to use when they first get started, because number one, they're going to have an understanding of how to list products in the best way and understand the different questions that eBay is asking. But at the same time, once you've understood what goes into the listing process, you may want to use some sort of a software to automate the entire process for you. Because I would say that one of the main issues when it comes to listing products yourself and going through all of these different questions every single time and going over to your supplier and copy and pasting all of the information is that there's going to be times where you're going to forget which product you need to buy from your supplier, because you're not going to be able to match every single one of the listings on your store with every single product that you're copy and pasting from your supplier's website. And that's one of the reasons why I recommend people to maybe sign up to AutoDS. So with this software, it is going to cost you something, but similar to Seek Analytics, you're going to be able to sign up for a trial, and I believe that it's only going to cost $1 for you to sign up for a 30-day trial. And the reason why it's super useful is because it's very simple to use. Because once you have signed up for a 30-day trial by clicking the link in my description, you're going to be able to easily connect your eBay store by clicking on this option, then clicking on Add Store over here. And as you can see, you can add an eBay store, Amazon, Shopify, Facebook, Wix, etc. But of course, if you want to add an eBay store, you're just going to click on this option, and it's going to be a simple process of you just going through the step-by-step requirements to make sure that everything is connected. But another reason why I tend to recommend AutoDS is because of the time-saving element. You're not going to have to sit there one by one, copy and pasting the hundreds and hundreds of different items that you want to list on your store. You're going to be able to bulk upload multiple different items, single items, whatever you want to do, but the process is made super simple when it comes to using AutoDS. And in addition to speeding up the listing process, you're also going to be able to use it when it comes to fulfilling all of your orders. Because if you did want to go down the free route of copy and pasting the information from your supplier's website, it's now going to be your responsibility to make sure that you go over to your supplier every single time that you make a sale, and you're going to now have to copy and paste your buyer's information and give it to your supplier so that they're going to be able to ship out the order. However, when it comes to using AutoDS, they're going to be able to see your customers' information that's going to be required for the order to be shipped out. For example, the name, the address, maybe even the email address to upload the tracking information. So again, using a software like this is definitely going to cost something over the long term, but depending on how you price your items, depending on how you structure your business, and depending on how much profit you make, it's most definitely going to be a useful investment for you to have over the long term. And moving on to one of the final elements that I'm going to talk about in this video when it comes to doing eBay dropshipping, which is your strategy of how you're going to get more customers. So most beginners believe that if they just throw up any listing onto eBay, they use really good pictures, they're going to be able to make sales, and this is definitely possible, but you also need to make sure that you need to have a strategic plan when it comes to being seen by more and more customers. Because eBay is a marketplace that has so many different sellers that are selling very similar items to you, do, you need to make sure that you're doing everything possible to rise as high as you can in the eBay search results. Because one thing that you need to remember is that eBay is a search engine, which means that people go onto it, type in a specific keyword, results pop up, and you want to make sure that your listing is on the first page. So when it comes to you starting eBay dropshipping with $0, some of the strategies that you can use is eBay SEO, which is eBay search engine optimization. And this basically involves you doing various different things for you to be put higher and higher in the eBay search results. Like for example, one of the strategies that you can use is to list your product at a lower price, and once you start to make sales, you're going to increase the price even if you're making a loss initially, so that eBay are going to be able to see that someone's clicking into your listing, buying the item, and from that they're going to push you higher and higher. So to give you an example of how this strategy works, I'm going to jump onto eBay and I'm going to type in bike light. Let's stick with the same example that we've been using this whole video. And what some customers will do from this point is come over to this section and sort the results to lowest price. And by using this strategy, you're going to be able to appear at the top of this search result. Now, of course, this is not ideal over the long term because you're going to be losing money. But as I said, if you're able to get sales here and there, the aim of the game is to ultimately end up in the best match search results, because this is where most customers are spending their time. So that's one strategy that you can use that's completely free to do. The second strategy is that you can just generally do various different SEO tactics when it comes to placing the best keywords within your listing and making sure that you're putting the keywords in the right places. So another thing that a lot of beginners don't realize is that you need to make sure that you're putting the best keywords in the item title, and you're also using keywords in the actual description over here, as well as the item specifics. There's a certain strategy that goes into this, but you just need to make sure that you're placing the most search keywords throughout your entire listing, because this is going to help eBay understand exactly what your product is. So again, this is a free method that you can use. It is going to take some time for you to rise higher and higher, but it's definitely a method that's worth using. Now, when it comes to a paid method, what you can do when it comes to trying to rise higher in the search results is use something called eBay advertising. Now, another thing that you probably don't realize if you are a beginner when it comes to selling on eBay is that you can actually pay for eBay ads for you to get your listing ranked at the top of the search results. And we can see that majority of these sellers are doing that. So this one over here is doing it because it says sponsored, this one's sponsored, this one's also sponsored. Majority of them are sponsored. And not only are they using eBay ads when it comes to rising higher in the search results, but they're also using eBay ads when it comes to doing all of these different discounts. Like for example, this one says you're going to be able to save up to 10%. This one says you're going to be able to buy one and get 7% off. There's all of these different sellers that are using eBay advertising when it comes to rising higher, and they're also running all of these different discounts. So to bring it back to the initial question for this entire video, which is it possible to start eBay dropshipping with no money? I'm sure by now you can see that it is possible, but I'm sure that you can also see that it may not be the best long-term strategy for you to use. Dropshipping on eBay is definitely dynamic, and there's so many different ways that you can do it. So that's why it's very important to make sure that you're educating yourself on exactly how you can get started in the best way possible. But if you still wanted a little bit more information on exactly what you should do step by step straight after watching this video, then you can check out www.projectebay.com, because over there what I do is break down my entire journey from how I was able to get from zero to my first $100,000 with an eBay business. I break down all of the key things that you need to know, for example, eBay SEO, how to start dropshipping, how to grow your eBay business in the best way, everything you need to know to get to your first $100 per day in profit as a complete beginner. So if you want to check that out, make sure that you visit the website on the screen, or you could just click the first link in the description down below. And if you also want to check out another video that I made not too long ago where I break down some other eBay selling tips that you need to be aware of, then make sure you click the link right there. Check that out straight after this one, because it's already helped out so many people, and I'm sure that it's going to help you out too. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.